what's the missing piece, right? When you're setting these goals and it's just not clicking for you, or you're working towards something and you're doing all the things and you still don't get the results, what's wrong? What is the missing piece? 10 times out of 10, there's not an energetic match, right? So those of you joining for the first time, hello, hello. I am Takia Hansley, your reality shifter, and I help women, high-level entrepreneurs and beginners going towards high level. Get rid of all of your limiting beliefs and clear out those mental gremlins so that you can achieve your biggest goals. So tonight, I just ran upstairs, y'all. I'm still trying to catch my breath. But tonight we are talking about energetics. We're talking about goals. We're talking about the energetics of achieving goals. Okay. So, I've talked a lot in the past about achieving goals, different strategies when it comes to achieving your goals, right? Make sure it's something that you want, know why you want to achieve those goals. And then, have a plan, take out the human element, reverse engineer your goals. I've done the 10 steps to achieve a goal a million times. You can search for it in the group to get that, okay? We talk a little bit about energy and how the universal principles behind achieving goals. We talk about that in that training as well. But tonight, I really want to focus on the meat and potatoes behind all the strategy, okay? What goes on in your head and in your heart that actually pushes you to achieve that goal, right? So what is it that what's the missing piece, right? When you're setting these goals and it's just not clicking for you, or you're working towards something and you're doing all the things and you still don't get the results, what's wrong? What is the missing piece? 10 times out of 10, there's not an energetic match, right? So tonight, let's talk about getting your energy in alignment so that you can actually achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. Okay, I'm going to give you a few main things that we're going to go over. Just make sure you're taking notes. Check your energy. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, pop them in the chat, either on Zoom or on Facebook, and we'll get to them. All right, so let's hop to it. First things first, when you're setting your goals, of course, go through the whole process of setting SMART goals, right? Be specific, make sure your goals are measurable, all of these things. Make sure they're achievable. Now that achievable part, let's talk about that for 1 second. Yes, we want to set achievable goals, but you get to a certain point, okay? I'm jumping ahead, but I want to hit on this. You get to a certain point where how achievable something is kind of an illusion, because you can have quantum leaps in your life. You can have quantum leaps in your business, in your finances. And a quantum leap is basically just you going from one stage to another stage, but skip a whole bunch of stages in between. Like stuff just happens, right? That's a quantum leap. So, but in the beginning, you want to kind of practice with things that are ideally achievable, right? So you want to build up that muscle and build up your belief system, right? So that you can actually believe that that quantum leap is possible for you, because it's not going to happen if you don't believe it, right? So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to you, meaning that you care about it, and timely. So you put a time limit on it. So yes, We want our goals in the beginning to be SMART goals. But the thing about that is, it really doesn't matter how smart your goals are if your energy is off. And sometimes setting SMART goals is what will throw your energy off. Because especially when you put a time limit on something, you might start feeling the pressure of that time constraint. And you focus more on the constraint and how much time you have left than you do just holding your energy and knowing that it's going to happen, right? So again, skipping ahead, but I really wanted to go ahead and make that point. But when you're setting your goals, do set more of an intention, okay? The difference between a goal and an intention is, like, with a goal, like, I'm going to work towards this thing, right? This is something that I'm going to work for, okay? I'm going to make this thing happen. An intention is more of an expectancy. So when you get up in the morning, you don't really set a goal to have a good day. You can set an intention to have a good day. And if I set an intention in the morning that I'm going to have a great day, I'm expecting to have a great day. If I set a goal in the morning to have a great day, now I'm like, okay, so what are the things I need to do to make sure that I have a great day today? Who do I need to avoid? Where do I need to go? What should I eat? Like, what's going to make sure that, how am I going to make sure that I have a great day? But if I set an intention, I'm going to have a great day. I'm just walking into that day expecting to have a great day. And as the things happen that add to my great day, I recognize, yep, see, I knew I was going to have a great day. I said I was going to have a great day, and look at all these amazing things happening, right? So you want to set your intention, okay? Not just setting a goal, but set your intention and set your expectancy for it to happen. And then as you think about that intention or think about the thing that you're desiring, I want you to start, like, deciphering how you feel about it. When you made that statement or when you had that thought, how did it make you feel? Did you have any reservations around it? Was it something where you're like, yeah, I'm going to have a good day? Am I? Right? Or is it, I'm going to have a great day? Period. Okay. But what do you feel about it? And then what are your beliefs around you actually having a great day, or whatever your goal or intention is? What are your beliefs about that thing actually happening? Do you believe that you can actually have a great day? Or is this something that you're like, I mean, it's possible. Sally Sue has great days every day. But because it's me, I'm going to have about a great 5 minutes, and watch, just because it's me, I'm going to be the one to have to stay after work late, or, the way my life's set up, something's going to go wrong. I'm going to be late for work or whatever. Are these the feelings that are coming up, or not those in particular, but are you having reservations or doubts coming up? What do you feel about you being the person that achieves that goal? Now, you can journal through these things, write it out, ask yourself question after question after question until you get to the bottom of how you actually feel about achieving that goal. And getting to the bottom of it, you get to see if there's a bunch of junk and murky water going on around it, or are you really solid in that goal or intention? So once you journal through it and decide whether or not this is something you actually want, or is this something that you actually believe you can have, or something that you always thought was just far-fetched and you just like saying it, right? Once you get to the bottom of it, then you can talk yourself through it. And if it's one of those things where you just say it, or you thought that's what you wanted, or this is what you want, but you're not sure that you can have it. Those type of things, those negative thoughts or those wishy-washy thoughts. Now you just have to have that conversation with yourself where it's okay. How can I sell myself on this idea, basically, right? Because again, we're in a space where it's not about what you do, it's about who you are. Okay. Be, do, have in that order. So it's not about, you don't go into the place of, so what do I need to do? What do I need to do to believe this? You have to do anything to believe it. You have to become somebody else. So you have to get rid of that thought, that old thought pattern, right? Get rid of those old beliefs and completely reframe it and rebuild those beliefs, write a new story. Okay. So that's first things first, setting that intention. Okay. Setting the intention, setting the feeling, having the emotion behind the goal, and knowing, having that knowing behind the goal, right? And then the next thing is, so when we're dealing with the goals, typically you would plan out what you're going to do to achieve the goal. But when we're dealing with energetics, it's not all about what you do. It's also about how you feel and your energy and all of that. Actually, I would say more so about your energy behind it. But you want to have a balance of the masculine and feminine energies. The masculine energy, that's the action energy. Okay. That's the go get it. That's what is it you have to do. Your feminine energy, that is how you feel about it. And are your intentions clear, and just receiving that it's done. Okay. So I say it all the time. When we're dealing with life and moving forward in life, and when you want things to happen in your life, the expectancy in your life, right? Ask, believe, receive. Okay. It's biblical. Ask, believe, receive. Ask, believe, receive, that's pretty much the same as be, do, have. Okay. So when you ask, when you set that intention, you go through all of that clearing of your intentions and all, because you're changing who you are. That's the B part. So you asking and setting the intention is you changing who you be. Okay. And believe. So ask, believe, receive. The believing part is you taking aligned action. Okay. Inspired action. Okay. This is where the masculine and feminine meet, because the feminine is your intuition. That's all you're feeling. That's that gut feeling. Oh, I should call so and so today. Oh, I should reach out to this person. I should send this person a message. Oh, I need to put this on social media, right? You know, I'm inspired to share this. I'm inspired to send this email. I was going to go to this store, but now I feel like I need to go to this store. You get those quick inklings, right? That's your intuition. And your intuition, that's feminine energy. So the believing, okay, your faith without works is dead, but your belief is you taking that inspired action. That's why this is the masculine and feminine married, because you don't just take any action. You just don't follow any plan. Yeah, you can write a plan, but if your intuition guides you in another direction from that plan, follow your intuition. That's your shortcut. That could be your quantum leap, right? Take the inspired action, not just any action. So, follow the feminine energy, or feminine energy, again, is the receiving part, right? So receive the download, receive the inspiration, and act on it. Okay. The acting is the masculine part. So the belief part is you receiving and doing what you receive, acting on the inspiration that you receive. And then receive. The receiving part is, again, totally feminine. That's you having it. When you receive something, you have it. But be, do, have, the way it works is it works all together at the same time. So, excuse me, even before you have it in the 3D right in front of you, you have to have it in your energy, have it in your mind, have it in your heart. And how do you do that? With gratitude, right? Once you set that intention, you immediately start taking inspired action. And in taking that inspired action, you have to receive the result. Okay. You have to know that what you want, since you asked for it, it's already yours. Okay. That's the having. And when you have something, what do? You're grateful. You celebrate. So when you're doing, especially like when you're working on your business, once you decide this is something you want, be grateful. Start celebrating and start just thanking God that you already have. So if your intention is to have a 6-figure year, in that moment that you set that intention to have a 6-figure year, start celebrating. This is my 6-figure year. You'll start receiving downloads because you set the intention that this is your 6-figure year and you're clear on that intention. Now you're going to start having all these great ideas on how to hit 6 figures within this year. You start acting on those ideas throughout the whole process. You're, oh my, let's go. Thank you. Yes, this is the 6-figure year. Yes, this is one step closer. Yes, this is up 5 cents closer. And you're celebrating this thing, not celebrating it as an increment, but you're celebrating it as already received. And now you're moving like a 6-figure earner because you already are a 6-figure earner. You've already set the intention that that's what you're doing. That's like, I'm in the process, right? So since I'm in the process, I am doing it. Like, I be making 6 figures. So let's pause. There are people that will say that when you use be in the middle of a sentence with the verb, that is completely incorrect grammar, but it's not. It's actually direct English. To say that you be doing something means that you're in the act of doing it right now. Right now in a more collective sense, not as in an individual moment. So it's like, I be eating strawberries all the time. Doesn't mean I'm eating strawberries right now. If I'm eating them right now in this moment, it's I am eating strawberries. But if I be eating strawberries, then you just know that strawberries is something that I eat. So if I say I be making money, that's just something that I do. I make money, right? So that's how this whole be, do, have thing works. Like, even in your grammar, it's I be doing this thing. Continuous action. Thank you, Tiffany, for helping me with my words. You're so good with helping me with my words. But yes, it's continuous action. So that's where you are. And not just continuous action, but carry that continuity into your being. Okay? Because you know be is a verb, right? So carry that continuity into your being. Okay? And then you can kill grammar and say, I be a millionaire. You are continuously being. Actually, it would be I be being a millionaire. That will be your continuous action. Okay, but I digress. Okay. So another part of the energetics of achieving your goals with balancing the masculine and feminine is understanding that achieving goals really is easy. It really is as simple as setting that intention, being that intention, right? Believing that intention or doing that inspired action that supports that intention, and then having what you said you had, okay? And being grateful for it and just receiving it with complete femininity, right? Feminine energy is receiving. Okay. So it really is that simple. Achieving goals is easy. And the final thing that you want to understand as far as achieving goals being easy, God is on your side, right? All things work together for my good. When you have that clear understanding that life is happening for me, not to me, and everything is working in my favor. I have favor. God is on my side. God is on your side. Like, you can't lose. That's the attitude you have to carry through life. I can't lose. God is on my side. And you don't believe in God? Let Khaled be on your side. All he do is win. Okay? So literally, when you can embody the feeling of everything works out for me, God is on my side, all things work together for my good. Like, it's one thing to say it in church on Sundays, but to believe it on a Friday night at 11:58, right? That's a whole nother thing. To actually know it, to know that all things work together for your good. Totally different. Again, I keep jumping ahead of myself. We'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. But also, when you're taking that action, okay, when you're igniting your masculine, okay, writing the emails or packing the product or like doing the things, okay, according to your intuition, when you're doing those things, some resistance is going to come up. It just is. There are going to be days when you don't feel like it. That's not your intuition. Now, sometimes your intuition will tell you, wait, pause, rest. But I'm not talking about rest days. I'm talking about, oh, I don't feel like it days. That's a little bit of resistance. When you get that resistance, lean into it. Lean into that resistance. I see where you're coming from. Okay. I see how you might not want to do this today, but I'll be being a millionaire. Or, whatever your goal is. Just remind yourself. Send yourself back into the energy of your success, because getting to that success is all about you being able to hold the energy, being able to hold that same feeling. Somebody will say, you keep that same energy when you go do yada, yada, yada. So yes, keep that same energy on day 52 that you had on day 1. The longer amount of time, side note, the longer amount of time that you are working on a goal, like we set these 5-year goals and all that, that's a long time to hold energy, right? Yes, because your energy is gonna fluctuate. Energy flows in a current. So you're gonna have ups and downs, but the longer time span you have, that's more time to have ups and downs. So sometimes you get this inspired action, don't wait on it. Well, these bits of inspiration, when you get an idea, don't sit on that idea. Take action in that moment. Okay? The universe works fast. Time is a construct. So you really don't have to worry about how much time it's going to take. You get an idea, move on it. Because that could be the game changer, like instantly. But you have to take the inspired action, right? So when that resistance comes up, remind yourself who you are. Remind yourself God is on your side. All you do is win. Universe is working in my favor. All things come together for my good. Okay? Lean in. Let's go. Right? Keep that same energy throughout the entire process. Okay. So that's how we deal with the masculine energy, right? That's how we deal with the continuing to do. But what about the feminine side, the receiving side? Well, you deal with your feminine energy by learning to identify it. Okay, you have to regulate your feminine energy just like you have to regulate your masculine energy, because you don't want to get into that hustle, grind. Everybody knows I do not believe in hustle. Okay, I don't. But you don't want to get into that hustle and grind state of mind, that state of being, because you're setting the tone, connecting that energy to the thing that you want. Because then when does the hustle and grind end? If your goal is not to continuously hustle and grind, like if your goal is freedom, the hustle and grind is not going to get you to a place of mental freedom, because you're always going to feel like you have to continue to hustle and grind to maintain. And that, because that's going to be the energy that you pour into that outcome. So whatever you put in is what you get out. You put hustle in, when your output is going to contain hustle, grind, right? So if you can have more of that feminine energy, more of the receiving, this thing is happening, right? Then the output of that is this thing is just happening. Yes, again, you have to do some things. It's not just going to happen. We're not talking about magic, but you have to receive it. You have to allow it to happen. Now the energy that you're putting in, now the energy that you're putting in is, I'm allowing life to happen for me. I'm allowing my goals to manifest before me, right? So, manifest. Oh, wow. I couldn't see the comments. Oh, wow. There we go. I couldn't see the comments come up, but now I do. Hi, Malak. Hi, Tracy. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have that same energy that you want in the end is the same energy that you want to put in the beginning and all throughout. Okay, so let's look at some different types of feminine energy to kind of clear this up. So have an amazing week on purpose, with purpose, and as always, be incredible.